Good evening. Your depression is connected to your insolence and refusal to praise. Once said by Rumi. Welcome to BMC News Live presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself Shana Sultana joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Industry Minister opened Consumer Protection Center. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad directed to boost sports tourism. First ever water sports event at Bahrain Beaches Festival organized by Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority. First International Camel Safety Conference held in Riyadh. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin's Apollo 11 flight jacket fetched $2.8 million. Today's news in detail. Industry Minister opened Consumer Protection Center. As part of the Ministry of Industry and Commerce continued strategic development plans and efforts to improve its services to citizens and residents in Bahrain, Minister of Industry and Commerce Zayed bin Rashid Al Zayani opened the Consumer Protection Center at the headquarters of the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. The facility is the third customer service center at the ministry that aims to enhance government services provided by the Department of Consumer Protection to all categories of Bahraini society by smart and innovative technical standards that achieve customer satisfaction through facilitating business and easily benefiting from consumer protection management services. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa directed to boost sports tourism. First Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, General Sports Authority GCA Chairman and Bahrain Olympic Committee President, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa has directed to revitalize sports tourism through developing a joint action plan between GSA and the Ministry of Tourism. His Highness Sheikh Khalid stressed the need for more coordination and cooperation in order to launch more sports programs, host championships and sports conferences, exhibitions, as well as hold international matches as the best means to stimulate sports tourism, which will support the national economy and highlight the kingdom's bright image and progress march. First ever water sports event at Bahrain Beaches Festival organized by Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority. Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority BTEA has organized a tour for local media, photographers and social media influencers to Bahrain Beaches Festival at Bilaj Al Jazair. And guests were treated to a variety of events including water sports conducted for the first time in Bahrain. The tour participants were introduced to several various water sports offered by the festival including surfing, sailing, stand-up paddle, boarding and kicking. Also, BTEA provided these sporting activities in the framework of integrated services that feature training, equipment rental, tools rentals and among other services. Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers Bahrain's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
His Majestic King Hamad issued decree law. His Majestic King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued a decree law amending some provisions of Decree Law 6 of 1991 on the establishment of a pension fund for Bahraini and non-Bahraini officers and personnel at the Bahrain Defense Force and Public Security Force. It also amends some provisions of Decree Law 47 of 2010 on the management and competences of the pension fund for Bahraini and non-Bahraini officers and personnel at the Bahrain Defense Force and Public Security Force established as per Decree Law 6 of 1991. Implementation of EPassport project reviewed. Interior Ministry Under Secretary for Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs (NPRA), Sheikh Hisham bin Abdul Rahman Al Khalifa has chaired the third meeting of the EPassport Committee. The meeting was held in the presence of representatives from the Foreign Ministry, Transportation and Communication Ministry, Information and E-Government Authority, and NPRA officials. Interior Ministry took part in the GCC Cyber Security meeting. Director of the Anti-Cyber Crimes, Colonel Ahmad Al-Rumaihi, has chaired the 7th meeting of the Permanent Cybersecurity Committee of the Gulf Cooperation Council held virtually. The meeting was also attended by the Director of National Response, Ahmad Abu Al-Fateh, and Sheikh Khalid bin Khalid Al-Khalifa from the National Cybersecurity Center. The meeting reviewed cybersecurity challenges, cases, and means to build national capabilities to face risks. Now we shall go for short commercial break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Al-Hilal Healthcare Group organized a free medical camp with the Bahrain Parents Care Society on Hepatitis C at Kanu Center, Muharrak. Al-Hilal checked the blood pressure, diabetes checkups for the participants at the event. Ministers of Information and Tourism visited Heritage Village. Minister of Information Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al Naimi received Minister of Tourism, that is Fatima bin Jafar Al Sairafi, at the Information Ministry's Heritage Village in Ras Hayyan region. They toured the village and got information about its buildings and heritage details that reflect different phases of Bahrain's history. The two ministers discussed coordination between the Ministry of Information and the Ministry of Tourism to benefit from the heritage village and set up joint projects to serve the media and tourism sectors in Bahrain. Municipalities Minister met UNDP representative. Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture Minister Wael bin Nasser Al Mubarak received the United Nations Development Programme UNDP Acting President Representative in Bahrain, Firaz Ghuraibe. Minister Al Mubarak praised the UNDP's efforts to support Bahraini goals in sustainable development as the cooperation between the two parties has had positive results. He reviewed the ministry's plans and projects in the field of sustainable development and discussed ways to strengthen cooperation with the UNDP including knowledge transfer and capacity building in the field of municipal and service work. BACA presidency handover held amid gratitude and tribute. Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities BACA's newly appointed president, Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmad bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, has stressed his determination to continue the unremitting efforts to develop the culture and antiquities sector and to achieve further successes for Bahraini regionally and internationally. This will be done in a manner that achieves the goals of the comprehensive development process under the leadership of His Majestic King Hamad and with the follow-up of His Royal Highness Prince Salman, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, he added. Saudi Arabia cancelled its host umrah initiative. Saudi Arabia has cancelled the host umrah scheme, which was enabled Saudi citizens and expatriates to bring in and host 3 to 5 foreign pilgrims to perform umrah. Speaking to Okaz Saudi Gazette, Hisham bin Zayed, spokesman of the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, said that the project has been cancelled and will not be implemented. The ministry started implementing this project 3 years ago. Under the scheme, a citizen can host any Muslim from outside the kingdom, while expatriates can host their first degree relatives to perform the Umrah pilgrimage. The ministry will issue visas to citizens based on their civil registry, while foreign residents through their residency permit Iqama. It is noteworthy that the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah announced earlier that it had cancelled the Umrah host visa, while noting that it would announce through its official channels if there are any new developments in this regard. First International Camel Safety Conference held in Riyadh. CEO of the Camel Club Bandar Al-Qahtani inaugurated the first international conference on camel safety in the presence of experts and specialists from different countries in the world. The conference discussed in 3 sessions the camel safety standards and ways to protect them. It witnessed the participation of a number of specialists from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Egypt, Sudan, and the United States of America and Germany. WHO said more than 18,000 cases of monkeypox globally, mostly in Europe. There have been more than 18,000 cases of monkeypox reported globally from 78 countries, with the majority in Europe, the World Health Organization said on Wednesday. The WHO declared the outbreak of global health emergency on Saturday. So far, 98% of cases outside the countries in Africa, where the virus is endemic, have been reported in men who have sex contacts with men, the WHO added. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin's Apollo 11 flight jacket fetched to $2.8 million. Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin's flight jacket, which he wore on the historic mission to the moon in 1969, was sold for about $2.8 million in New York. The jacket front displays NASA's logo and the Apollo 11 mission emblem, which is slightly below Aldrin's name tag. It also has the United States flag on its left shoulder and is made of beta cloth, a fireproof cloth that was incorporated into NASA spacesuits after 3 Apollo 1 astronauts died in a flash fire aboard their spacecraft during a ground test in 1967. After the jacket, the second highest grossing item at Tuesday's auction was the summary flight plan of the Apollo 11 mission. It was sold for $819,000, exceeding estimates of $100,000 to $150,000. Neil Armstrong and Aldrin were the first humans to walk on the moon. Aldrin, who is now 92, is the only surviving member of the mission's 3-man crew. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shana Sultana. Good night.